infrastructure in schools. He has been a champion of unity and also of the farmers. On my behalf, of the family, of my family, and of the great people of Kisero, Honorable Speaker, we condole and wish the family well as they mourn this departed hero. Thank you, sir. Speaker.
The very last, Naomi Wako.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to add my voice to the condolences that our colleagues have already given, and Honorable Speaker, this week, and I'm sure the families are very much affected. Both the family of Honorable Ijendi and Cheptumo. Honorable Speaker, I know both of them from the 12th, and all of them are very dedicated, passionate leaders, great legislators, people who have always been vision enough to lead people. And it is a sad moment for especially the UDA fraternity, and our prayer is with them, and it is my prayer the Lord will comfort the loved ones and the entire Parliament together with our leadership. Thank you. May they also rest in peace.
Thank you. We'll end up there. For those who have not been able to get a chance, enjoying yourselves with your colleagues who have had an opportunity, and the statement made by and the ability to go to church when their services are being held. We are advised that the Honorable Senator Cheptumo will like to rest in Baringo on the 1st of March, and the Honorable Malulu Njendi in Malava on the 4th of March. And I'm sure there will be red masses in Nairobi. We will have a meeting. Many also visit the various residences. We condole with the families, as we have said. Allow me to acknowledge the following: the Speaker's Public Gallery, Baretti Scholars, Global and Travel. Okay, they were there. University of Eldoret, students from Moiben in Wasishu. Welcome them in the House of Parliament, and if they have left, I'm sure they are present. We'll now go, if you look at your supplemental paper, with a special motion, co-sponsored by the Majority Leader and the Minority Leader. Can somebody look for the Majority Leader and invite him to move the motion? And I hope Junet is in the house for them to... Yeah. Majority Leader, it's now an opportunity for you to the special motion, subject to availability of interest motion. I want to allocate it 2 hours. So we'll at 6:20, 6:30.
Order number 8, the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, number 2 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of Parliament to provide for the additional allocations to county governments for the 2024-2025 financial year. The responsibilities of national government and county governments put to such allocation and for connected purposes. Order number 9, exceptional motion, recording the thanks of the House on Kenya's happy position of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, MC.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'd like to move this on recording the thanks of the House on Kenya's attempts at the position of chairperson of the African Union Commission. This is a co-sponsored motion by myself and the Leader of Minority. Now, recalling that the African Union, the successor of the African Unity, was launched in the year 2002 as a continental body consisting of the 55 that make up the countries of the continent, with the vision of creating an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena. And aware the African Union was established as the site responsible for the day-to-day operations and activities of the African Union, headed by the chairperson elected by the head state and member states. And further recalling that on the 27th of 2024, Kenya formally announced that the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, would be vying for the position of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, building of civil service as the African Union Special Envoy for Infrastructure Development in Africa from the year 2018 to 2023. Appreciating that in recognition of the immense Pan-African ideals embodied in the candidacy of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, his dedication and leadership in advancing the cause of the African continent through various initiatives and positions all over the years, including his previous service as African Union Special Envoy for Infrastructure Development in Africa from the 2018 to 2023. His Excellency the President Raila Odinga as Kenya's candidate person of the African Union Mission. Noted Honorable Raila Odinga's candidacy for the president of the chairperson of the African Union Commission was not only his personal ambition but also as a symbol of Kenya's deep commitment to the goals of the African Union and its desire to actively participate in shaping the continent's future. Commending the government of Kenya, led by His Excellency the President William Ruto, for the Pan-African campaign in support of the Right Honorable Odinga, reinforced by Kenya's commitment to regional and continental and cooperation and guided by Kenya's foreign policy. Further commending the remarkable achievement by the Right Honorable Odinga for emerging runner-up in the election of the chairperson of the African Union Commission on Saturday, 15/2025 in Addis Ababa. Recognizing the need in Kenya's growing prominence on the continental stage and advocacy for a more united, prosperous, and self-reliant Africa in resonance with the aspirations of Africans across the continent who seek to see the continent empowered to chart their own course in the global arena. Now, therefore, Honorable Speaker, this House offers its thanks to His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, CGH President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense of the Republic of Kenya, for endorsing the right to Raila Odinga, EGH, as Kenya's candidate for election as the chairperson of the African Union Commission, AUC, leading the continent campaign in support of his candidate. To the House express profound thanks to the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, for demonstrating unwavering commitment to the service of Africa, offering himself as candidate for election of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, for his leadership advancing Pan-African unity, for his dedication to the development and integration of the African continent, a distinguished attempt at action in which he emerged as a runners-up. And three, this has recorded congratulations to His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf for his election as the chairperson of the African Union Commission on Saturday, 15 February 2025. Mr. Speaker, it's a long motion, Honorable Speaker, but we are seeking to do three things, Honorable Speaker. One, to record our thanks to the President for his dedicated support and his vigorous campaign across the continent for the candidacy of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga as the chairperson of the AUC Commission. Two, is to congratulate and express our thanks as the House and on behalf of the Kenyan people to His Excellency the Right Odinga, EGH, for demonstrating that unwavering commitment to the service of the African continent. Honorable Speaker, it can't say it enough that the dedication with which we saw the Right Honorable Prime Minister and His Excellency President William Ruto work together throughout the campaign, and not to fail to mention our dedicated foreign mission officers at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, led by the Prince Secretary Queen and His Excellency the Prime Cabinet Secretary Mr. who dedicated immense time and resources across the continent in campaigning for the candidacy of the Right Honorable Odinga. Honorable Speaker, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Odinga needs no introduction to anybody on the continent. He is one whose ideas as a Pan-Africanist need no introduction in the continent, and indeed we must take this also to thank the very nation across the continent that could not be the nation public in this campaign, but also with the Honorable Raila Odinga, the Pan-Africanist par excellence in the campaigns and the election in Advocate. Mr. Speaker, let me also take this opportunity. I congratulate this election Honorable Mahmoud, who is also a good African from our country. As we congratulate him, Mr. Speaker, I cannot fail to note with immense gratitude again to Prime Minister Raila Odinga that as much as he was leading all through, especially the first, second, and the third vote, at a time when he was leading the vote to the sixth vote, he opted in spirit of Africanism not to take that assembly through another round of campaigning and elections, because the Right Honorable Raila Odinga had the choice to fight on, and because there were many people who were supporting him, then our brother Mohammed Yusuf probably would not have gotten the 2/3, but the former Prime Minister opted of taking Africa through the rigors of another few months to get into another campaigning season. He opted to allow the Assembly to go ahead and vote and see if the person was leading them that round achieve the 2/3 that was required for the chairperson seat. That's how Ali Yusuf Mohammed was elected as the chairperson of AUC. Therefore, I want to thank the Right Honorable Prime Minister for commitment, for education, for that spirit of Pan-Africanism, showing that Africa and our unity as a continent is paramount, and Africa and Africanism ahead from personal and put each of the continent and the unity of the continent ahead of his interest. And it is commendable. That is the spirit in competition that there will be a Raila will leave Addis Ababa as a loser. He left Addis Ababa as a winner who has exemplified his leadership in the African continent and in the world. Another speaker, we commend it. We note our thanks as a house and on behalf all the Kenyan people to the right honorable Prime Minister for that commitment to the African nation. I want to encourage him to continue serving not just Kenya but the African continent and the world with the same commitment and dedication that he has shown over the years, honorable Speaker. The right Prime Minister, honorable Speaker, you know, is not just a Kenyan leader, is a continental leader, as we have said in this motion. He has served in continental bodies. And know in the future he could even serve in world bodies, honorable Speaker, because the world needs his experience, the world needs his ideals and his leadership. As in this country, honorable Speaker, he continues to serve us and the world, and we wish him, Honorable Mohammed Yusuf, in his service. Let him understand that we are all in a competitive alone, and the people of Kenya remain committed to the ideals of the African Union and the integration of the African continent as one united continent. SADC, EAC, all these regional bodies seek to integrate. As we said with the EAC states, we are not widening, deepening, entering auction, this region, but we seek to deepen, widen, and tighten the integration of all these bodies under the African Union and the people of Yusuf, but also with the support of Pan-Africanists and great leaders like Raila, and of course, the able leadership of President Ruto, the chairperson of the EAC, the South African Community Speaker, and has a role in the reform agenda of the African Union. And we look forward to working together with Prime Minister Odinga, Chairman Mohammed Yusuf, and President William Ruto as we seek to reform the African Union. And I want to believe, honorable Speaker, under the leadership of President William Ruto, and rest to other great leaders, AU will be reformed to a body organization that addresses the needs, aspirations of all African people, honorable Speaker, so that when we speak as one people. Honorable Speaker, some years back, Africa was seen as a document of today. The world, everybody appreciates that Africa is the continent of the future, the present and the future. The resources, the expertise we have in this continent, the human capital we have in this continent, I will not be surprised if in the years to come, we will see as a great African leader, Barack Obama leading countries as being powerful United States of America. We have many today, including the army from Nyamira, who is now a senator in one of the state assemblies in the U.S. We have seen congressmen and women in the U.S. become senators in the U.S. America because Africa is the future of the world. Honorable Speaker, with the resources and human capital and population in the Americas, in the West, Asia, and the Far East, honorable Speaker, emerging and very productive and very well-educated youth, we are here to conquer the world. And we can only conquer the world under the able leadership of leaders like Raila Odinga, with this Pan-African spirit, with the able guidance of leaders like Mohammed Yusuf, who is now our chairperson, and support of all African presidents. And we must respect this President Speaker. And in conclusion, Speaker, as I ask the leader of minority to second, allow me also to use this opportunity to express the disgust of this House on the actions and the words of one of us, the member for Juja, the Honorable Koimbori. Honorable Speaker, as much as the police have taken action, and I do hope they will be able to charge the member of Juja. Honorable Speaker, even within our own standing orders, we have put a not disparage or discuss a foreign president, especially a president of a foreign country. For the member for Juja uttered the unfortunate and careless words that he uttered over the weekend. And shameless, Honorable Speaker, in a church, in a pulpit, saying that other African leaders were being bribed, Honorable Speaker. Not for Juja should know that Prime Minister Raila did not run for chairmanship of the under William Ruto. Prime Minister Raila chose to run as chairperson of AUC, of the African Union Commission, on his own volition, because he is a Kenyan and African statesman who deserved that position. President Ruto did not choose to support Prime Minister Raila because he competed in the last elections, or because they have served in ODM together. You know, President William Ruto is a founder member of ODM. He chose to support Prime Minister as a deserving Kenyan African statesman. The president's voted for Raila Odinga to be chairperson did not do it at the instigation or because they were influenced by anybody. Honorable Speaker, we must at the same time discuss by the actions of the government who claimed that the Republic of Kenya had spent 13 billion shillings. From where? Money not appropriated, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there are some of these members of parliament who are even never in the house. So isn't even appropriated. He is probably in a police station and I don't care. Someone asking me, Honorable Speaker, where he is. Honorable Speaker, I want to propose the member for Juma named for this house because it's a bad habit he has formed. A very bad habit. You recall last year, the same member who was for the finance bill, he claimed that they were being paid, I think, 1,000 shillings to vote for finance. 2 million shillings. 2 million shillings. Straight Speaker. The House of magnanimity, we chose to forgive him.
Yes. Now he's repeating.
When the impeachment should be then to somewhere where, you know, he's fond of following some other man there, in Pharaohs. He went to Pharaoh and claimed that members again were paid the impeachment. Over 280 members, 282 members voted the impeachment motion. He could have been paid. And he made his figures from his head. And you see the person who follows in Pharaohs repeating the things, and that's how you know they are fellowship together. Honorable Speaker, now he has moved from members of parliament on the finance bill, impeachment motion, to heads of state of friendly countries. We cannot and we must not allow that kind of habit to take root in this house, and we must take action. And I want to invite us. Somebody must move a motion or should move a motion to name this member.
Yes.
So that tomorrow, this is what makes this house, Honorable Speaker, be treated with a lot of contempt and indignity because of the things that we say, not now of just our house. We have taken it outside to speak, say disparaging things about our country, disparaging things about presidents and heads of state.